I know someone. I know all of the things she likes, the things that make her blood boil. I even know the college she goes to. That's because she goes to the same college Kurokochi and I go to. And she topped again, sighed one of the girls as they read Wainshi's name on the school's board. She's number 7 this time? How can she be like me and make it to the top 10, Kurokochi? I wailed, flinging my arms up in the air. It's called studying, Kise-kun. She laughed as she walked past us. Just like me, she's a model. Well, she used to be one. Said she wanted to focus on her studies, although she does help us from time to time. She sat on a director's chair, boredom evident on her face. Her head rested against her fist. That's my magazine on her lap. If you're not comfortable showing emotion, think of something happy. Be somewhere else mentally, she advised and looked down on the magazine. Looking up, she glared at the photographer, who did nothing but harass her with his eyes. And as for you, cut them some slack. They're new models after all. Right, he stuttered. What a show-off, spat my partner, Mayaka-san, beside me. She's horrible with plans. We're neighbors, that's how I know. This sucks, she complained from the other side of the room, setting my book down. I climbed up on my bed and pressed my ear against the paper-thin wall. A smile made its way as I listened to her dejected sighs. She sounds adorable. What is a new plant? I asked, knocking on the wall to get her attention. Do you want me to call Midorichi and his boyfriend to retrieve it? Aren't you supposed to be studying, Kise-kun? She asked in the same tone that I used on her, heaving another dejected sigh. I felt her weight press against the wall. I kept wasting money on plans. At this rate, Mom's gonna kill me. You still studying? Are you ordering takeout? Yep, call Umi-kun and the others too. Why isn't she? You're too good for this world. It's nothing, Kise-kun. I also forgot to mention that we were very, very close. We were close friends, and then I asked her to be my girlfriend. As if Katsumitsu-senpai wanted to read this right now, he would surely kick me again and again until I begged for him to stop. My girlfriend, she's a morning person, always playing her jazz music while she cleaned around the apartment, and after she'd go shopping, and then I'd ask her where she got all her money from again, and she'd always reply with the same answer in her reassuring tone. Are you sure that you're not doing anything illegal? I asked, carrying most of her shopping bags in my arms. And then I began to list out reasons why I would think that. First of all, you don't work. You're just like us. Unless... My palms began sweating just at the very thought of it. You're pleasuring other men. Shut up, Ryouta. She snarled, embarrassed by the unwanted attention we got from everyone passing by. She opened the door and I followed in. Maybe I should be the one asking you. Huh? Are you pleasuring Kuroko-san when it's only the two of you alone? She asked, with the corner of her lips upturned. How can you even think that, Wainshi? She's not really good with basketball or any other sports in particular, but I didn't love her less because of that. To tell you the truth, I've always adored my girlfriend. My lovely girlfriend. Hijirikawa Wayan. So classy with her sense of fashion. She's really smart too. Though she may not be that much of a good cook like Murasaki Barachi, but at least she doesn't burn the kitchen down like Aomichi or Midori Miyachi. In short, I admire her and everything that she does. There was this one time, though, that she got really angry Forgive me for what I'm about to say, but she looked really sexy. No, scratch that. She sounded extremely seductive. I'm sorry for making you uncomfortable, but that's the truth. I'm gonna say it again and again until everyone grows tired of me. Is that Burberry coat? Mayaka-san couldn't help but roll her eyes at her. Despite being my modeling partner, can't help but notice that she was indeed jealous of my dear Wang-Chi, since everyone's attention was on her. After all, it's been weeks since she last came. It's actually a classic. Mom gave it to me as a present, she replied with the cutest smile I'd ever seen. Oh, how cute, they exclaimed. How are the models doing? She asked, sitting down next to me on the director's chair, a magazine being handed to her. Ever since you went away, it's been kind of hard finding the right person for Kise-kun. You know, I know the two of you are dating, but aren't you jealous? Why should I be? It's only his work. I trust him with my heart. The always so classy Wang-Chi. Ever thought of coming back? They asked. She leaned back with a content smile on her face. I'm done having the spotlight on me. It's like you guys said, retire before you fade out. You're arrogant, bitch, you know that? Mayaka suddenly sneered, still standing there in the swimsuit she was modeling in. So I'm the bitch now? She nonchalantly replied, with nothing but boredom written on her face. I'm the one you should be focusing on. You're my manager. You're the makeup artist, and she's just here to sit and spat nothing but her so-called wisdom. Are you done? Wang-Chi suddenly asked, taking off her coat and walking over to where Mayaka stood. Her taller frame loomed over Mayaka's 5'3" frame. What are you even doing here? You're nothing but a washed-out model. She sighed, rubbing her eyes. Are you done? She asked again, this time in a tone that proved she was done with her. Is that all you can say? Mayaka countered. You've had your fun trying to steal my boyfriend from me. You did nothing but degrade me and those around you. Her face showed no emotion, but fear took over me when a demonic grin appeared on her face. This company doesn't need people like you here. You're officially fired, Mayaka Naomi. I was taken aback by her words. How can she say that? She's not even a shareholder. You're not even my boss. You're just a nobody now, spat Mayaka. She may not be your boss, but I am. All of us bowed in unison when the chairwoman of the company appeared behind, and I will not tolerate anyone like you in my company, just like my daughter said. But Kamiko-san told us that she wasn't married. Unless she adopted Wang-Chi, or... This is a misuse of power, she yelled with a stomp of her feet. I'm gonna sue all of you. This is a misuse of power. And with that, she stormed out of the studio. Sue us? What a joke, laughed Wang-Chi. I looked at the two of them. Both had matching smirks on their faces. It was as if they were definitely made to play the roles of the villains in every fantasy story. I'm sorry, I sighed, breaking the silence. But you told me your parents are divorced, Wang-Chi. I looked hopefully into her eyes, my hands on her shoulders. They are. It was an arranged marriage. Come to think of it, they got a divorce on the day I was born. She realized that her answer was unrelated to my question. Mom's the heir of almost all the modeling agencies here, and the editor of the company's fashion magazine. And her father is the chairman of some other companies, Kamiko-san added in an airy tone. I'm going home. Too much has happened today. Ryouta? Yeah, let's go home, Wang-Chi. My girlfriend is amazing, even if people do say that we're not compatible with each other. Other terms in our lifestyles and social status, that doesn't really matter. She may be the best thing, keeping houseplants alive, or playing basketball, or any other form of sport, but what? She's got this killer Suguru dialect that comes out when she's angry. She's not like most people that'll hold onto a grudge. In fact, she's very forgiving. And this is the end of my so-called monologue, dear reader, or maybe to our future daughter or son, even before I already knew one thing for sure, that I wanted to. She laid on top of me, sleeping soundly as my hands played with her hair. The morning hour away from us, but I know that she loved moments like these. Moments where she could climb on top of me after an intense round of lovemaking and fall asleep in the middle of talking about our future. Maybe we'll have a daughter in love with basketball, or a son who wants to be a model like you. and you love dead plants and jazz music," I added, only to earn a glare from her. "No, YNG, it's been 3 years. Since we started dating, and now that we've graduated." The lump in my throat made me bite back. Her eyes stare at me, full of curiosity. "And?" she repeated. "I have to do this now. If not, then when?" I looked away, then down at the box. I smiled reassuringly that everything was going to be all right. I brought the box up to her face, the diamond nearly blinding her. "Will you marry me, YNG?" I asked. She smiled softly and nodded. I returned the smile, then frowned when she closed the box. "You can put it on my finger later," she mumbled, resting her head onto my chest. "I want to sleep now. I need lots of sleep." I couldn't help but laugh as my hands made its way to her hair, playing with it once again. "I love you, Ryu," she yawned. "I love you too, YNG." One more request and then I'm going to be able to do a lot of fanfics that I've wanted to do for ever, but I've been trying to do the requests. I'm very excited. Okay, bye everyone!